part of the order that did damage their last time up. We start with Miley Hartman, 1 for 1 on the day with a single and tie. The Stars really got the scoring started just by playing some small ball.
Absolutely. As you mentioned, this was the part of the order. You got single, single, single right there, and then that turned into RBI single. You see Hartman trying to lay down the bunt.
A beauty of a bunt laid down. So Hartman easily showing the speed. Nobody could get there. And that's exactly what you want to see, especially from this age division. Fundamentals, able to do it so smoothly, and she's 2 for 2 on the day.
Well, Kayla, you saw into the future right there because they played small ball just as you were saying it. A beautiful bunt laid down there from Hartman. And once again, this order starting off right, looking to add some more runs to the board.
Anna Hirsch trying to help herself out. She's the starter in the circle today for the Stars. 1 for 1 as well with a single. Check over at first.
No way around the bases.
The count is 2 balls and no strikes to Hurst. The 2-0 pitch up high. Throw over to second. It's not going to be gloved clearly by Sung. So a base stolen for Hartman. And now a runner in scoring position for the Shooting Stars. And the pitch popped up. Coming in on it and making the grab is Wilson from center. One. Under the glove of Worden. Runner being waved home. The throw is cut off. Shooting Stars go up 3-2. An RBI single for Piccirillo and advances to second on the throw. So another runner in scoring position. And just like that, the Shooting Stars are going back to their hitting ways.
This part of the lineup doing some more damage. Like we talked about when this half inning first started off, you get the beautiful bunt, and that runner is able to come home. And a nice piece of hitting right there. His third baseman just couldn't get her glove down over there. And that one sneaks into left field. So it's 3-2 lead for the Shooting Stars, and they're not done yet. They're probably looking to add some more right here.
And the pitch batted over to left to center field, going back on it, and it's over the head of Terzella. That'll easily score a run. Piccirillo coming home, and another ground rule double for the Shooting Stars, the second RBI of the day for McCollum. And the pitch over to first, picks it up quickly and tags first very efficiently as Devine. Advancing over to third is McCollum. A 1 pitch in on the hands for strike 2. A really good ball by Gessner.
Almost every time.
Ahead on the count is Gessner. Swing and a miss. Just staying alive. Over to third. The throw will go to first and not in time. So staying alive ends up paying off for Vorbach.
It all comes from the hustle. I mean, it's not hit very hard over there to third, but she made her way down the base, and she's in there safe. That's a great hustle right there.
Nia Bonet went down looking her last time up. That time it stays fair, right down the third base line, going all the way to the fence. And because there is no fence from the side fence and the outfield, that is also going to be ruled as a ground rule double. Most likely will make Vorbach go back to third, with Monet staying at second.
Well, we finally got one, right?
Gessner really good at tagging that inside corner. She's hit that spot all day long so far.
Absolutely. I mean, she is perfected hitting that spot. And like I said, it's not easy to, but it's been working for her. So I'm not surprised that she keeps going back to it.
Batted out to left field, and that's going to go just foul. And that would have been
This left field getting a lot of play today.
It is shaded over there, too, so left fielder's probably happy about that, as that's going to get through the hole for a base hit. Runner being waved home. It's going to be a close call. There's no tag at home. I don't think that's what Terry knew, that Monet was behind her. Her thought was to make a play over at second, and if you're the Shooting Stars, they took complete advantage of that, and the score says so. 6-2.
That's exactly what happened. I mean, I don't think she's seen her coming around there. The tag would have been easily applied. I mean, she's out at home all day long, but maybe she lost sight of her and couldn't hear coaches telling her she was coming home. Maybe she assumed that they were telling her to go to second because that's where Schenk is, but it's 7-2 on the scoreboard either way.
Batted over to center. That's also going to drop in for a base hit. Schrank going to come home easily, and the Shooting Stars are opening up this inning. Batted, popped up. Can they make a play on it? And they will, but not before the damage is done, as the Shooting Stars open this inning wide up. We'll see if the Gems can answer back. We'll be right back on DSN. 8-2 as the Gems going to try to answer back. Once again, these games are at 90-minute increments. Now, the home team does have to bat even if the 90 minutes is up, which would be the Gems in this case. So, say it gets to that 90-minute timer and the Gems are down, they would still have a chance to bat. Right now, they're at the bottom of the order with Wilson, Kinney, and then back to the top with Werden. Swing and a miss coming in for Wilson.
That's a good off-speed pitch right there. I was swinging way out in front of that. Wilson couldn't catch up to it.
And the pitch on the outside corner. A good eye there from Wilson. Wilson's first at-bat of the game. Once again, the Gems batting 11, just like the Shooting Stars. Outside yet again, so Hurst is trying to master her spots a little bit more here. And the pitch. Good eye there as she was down on the count to begin with, but Wilson able to get the first walk of the entirety of the game.
That one to the RB sign out there.
2-2. Count is now full. Wilson over at first with nobody out. The chance for the Gems to rally a little bit. The 3-2 pitch swung on over to first. It goes under the glove of Ava Schrank. That would have been a tough play either way as she was able to make the grab. Nevertheless, the first at-bat and first hit of the game for Molly Kinney.
There you go. This is the start the Gems want right here. You get a base runner on with the walk, single, and maybe that'll just start to flow through the rest of the lineup like it did for the Shooting Stars. They can get some runs back here, being down 6 runs.
Worden went down swinging her last time up. The first pitch to her is in there for a strike. Wilson is over at second. Kinney is over at first. Swing and a miss, chasing outside. Check over to first. Able to keep it in front of her, a Schrank. And the pitch, swing and a miss. That curve got her for the second time of the game. Jess Devine reached on an E5 and came around to score. Wild pitch, runners advance. And the pitch bounced, gets past Hurst, gloved off, and the runner will be safe. An E4 will score another run for the Gems. as Divine able to put the pressure on the defense. Lily Sung popped up her first time up. A flyout would score a run as the throw over to second, out by a mile. What an R from Rohrbach.
Rohrbach popped up with that one, and she fired it. But as you mentioned, the timing wasn't that good on the jump right there, so it made it a little bit of an easier throw.
Take another look at that play. The throw was a beauty.
Oh, yeah, a mile. Just didn't work out.
Count is 0-2. Swing and a miss. The comebacker getting Sung down on strikes. 3 Ks picked up by Hurst. And that will end the inning. How about that? Hurst getting in a little bit of trouble. A run does score on an error, but able to get out of the jam. We'll see how the Shooting Stars can answer when we come back. Gems trying to play comeback here as a quick bunt to start things off from Martin, and she's able to reach base safely. Before we could even announce Martin, the Gems also with a new pitcher in the circle. Lily Sung going to do the pitching duties. 13 minutes left. Now the timer different from last year. It's 80 minutes. Now, we're not sure if that will just be the entirety of pool play or that'll be entirety of the tournament. We'll find that out later in the week. Nevertheless, Martin, her first hit of the game. Check over at first. Martin had a big lead, but the throw not coming in quick enough so far today. Hartman is 2 for 2. Martin has to scurry back, and she does. Martin a single back in the first and scored in the third, had a bunt single, and then stole second and came around to score yet again.
Yeah, be careful over there. It's really dry out there, so you don't have a lot of traction to get back. You saw her slip a little bit, so you want to keep that in mind.
Foul ball. And the 1-2 pitch on the outside corner. The throw over to second, not in time. It was a good throw, but the shortstop now in was just not in the right place to be able to make that play. Sung was over at short. Now she's in the circle to pitch. And the pitch in the dirt, that gets away. And Martin will head over to third quickly, going over to second. And basically walking in is Hartman. It was a walk anyway, but it did get away. That allowed Hartman to advance to second, and we'll be right back with more after this. 1 for 2, a beauty of a bunt laid down. The throw over to first. That's in time, but 2 runs will score on the fielder's choice. We should say a ground out at that, but Hurst bringing in 2 runners, and the Shooting Stars just playing very smart here this evening.
Absolutely. Kayla, you made reference to their base running and just the little mechanics that they're paying attention to right now. Those 2 runs come in because of good base running right there all the way through. A good bunt right there, bringing in two runs that can only be accredited to good base running. So good job by the Shooting Stars right there to add some more on the board.
Very, very smart is the Shooting Stars team. Sung plays at Grover Middle School in West Windsor, New Jersey, as that ball is popped up. Coming in on right field, but that's going to drop in for a base hit and take a weird bounce. And with that, we're going to take a quick break and see more action right after this.
Tomorrow,
Garillo over at first on a bloop single. Now, Jaden McCollum, who's been an absolute beast here today. 2 RBIs. 2 hits away from the cycle. She has been absolutely phenomenal.
Definitely my player of the game today. She's been fun to watch, especially when she has the bat in her hand. She's very patient at the plate, has good power, and it's been a show she's put on.
Very patient at the plate as well, has come in down from counts. Roughly about 4 to 5 minutes left to play. And the pitch over to right field, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. McCollum hitting it in the perfect place, and she wants to go the third. The runner is going to have to come around. The throw gets cut off. the third RBI of the day, an RBI triple. Now she is one hit away from the cycle, and that would be a home run.
Amazing, right on cue. Just amazing piece of hitting. Just gets that one to fall right in that right field line over there. And I'm pretty sure that idea of the cycle was sitting in the back of her head because she didn't care where her teammate was in front of her. She made her mind up that she's going to third. More good stuff from the All-American.
She was on the tail of Picarillo, right behind her. She said, listen, I'm going and you're going. And Picarillo able to come in and score. Riccardi, a beautiful bunt laid down. The throw over to first is going to be in time, but coming across to score there. More for the Shooting Stars as they extend this lead 12-3. McCollum has just been a standout player to watch here.
Absolutely, and kind of be patient here, waiting for something to come back over the plate. The first one got past her.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Popped up, left center field, coming in on it and making the catch. Out there is Wilson, and that will end the inning. But the Shooting Stars putting a damage in the plans of the Gems. They are up 12-3. We'll be back for you Triple SA action on the Delmarva Sports Network. That's for sure. As the Gems have a deep hole to crawl out of right now. It's up to Spiteri, Bunch, and Terzella. Now, they did make changes in the field, so we'll see if that changes their batting lineup. And who else but to close this game than Jaden McCollum, who has 3 RBIs, a single, double, and triple in her day as the batter's box. And now trying to really solidify that player of the game spot by trying to close this one out.
Absolutely. I mean, she'd do it all. There she is right there, throwing the strike down the plate.
2 balls, 1 strike. Spiteri 1 for 1 on the day with a single. Bounced. That's going to get through the hole for a base hit. A high chopper, beautifully hit, and she's 2 for 2.
You know the Gem's not going to go down easy. Spiteri right there hitting that one into left. Took 2 really good bounces through the infield and secure that single. So here come the Gems. I mean, we've seen some crazy things here at USSSA, so I won't say it, I promise. But, you know, the Gems are going to put up a fight to the end.
Jordan Bunch, 2 RBIs today and a 2-run double back in the first inning. She's also 1 for 1. It's had a very good game for the Gems. That one bounces back. The throw in time. They're going to say that she's out over at second. That was as close as you can get it. But how about Rohrbach? We've talked a lot about the hitting, but she has been an absolute missile from behind the plate. Let's take another look.
Absolutely. Oh, man, the perfect bounce off of that fence right into her glove. That's definitely an out right there. Showing off the cannon.
Very
Yeah.
But Rohrbach not just saying, oh, well, the ball's behind me, I'm not going to worry about it, making sure that she's still active no matter how much her team is up by. You always like to see players like that, Ty.
Yeah, absolutely. And shout out to the fence for that assist. I mean, it perfectly bounced right back to her, and she was ready for it. She turned and fired. And to be able to turn and fire in that moment right there and on a pinpoint accuracy like that, that's just phenomenal play from the catcher.
And the pitch. And that's going to send Bunch down looking. Gems with more offense when we come back right here on DSN. 0 for 1. She's the last hope here for the Gems. So we believe. Once again, they said there was 13 minutes left, about over 13 minutes ago, and the Gems are the home team. So this would most likely be their last at-bat. And the pitch. Popped up, tough play to make it, able to make it to end the game. Riley Riccardi, how about that? A little bit of a basket catch there, making sure her hand not in the glove, was able to guard it down, and she did exactly that. The Shooting Stars, a phenomenal way of display, defense, pitching, hitting, all around. They take this game, the first of the USSSA action on DSN, 12-3. Congratulations, Shooting Stars, on a huge game. We'll be back with more after this.